are going live. Give it a moment.
Boink.
All right. Hello and welcome once again, everybody, to the State of the Empire Assembly for the week of the 11th of January 2020. It is two weeks in a row I've managed to not screw up the year. We're off to a good start. As always, I'd like to thank everyone who chose to attend this week, as these assemblies help us to keep the Empire strong and flexible, providing transparency to the masses and a means for Imperials of all ranks to exchange feedback and ideas in an open forum. Thank you all for your continued interest and participation in Kaldara. In attendance as of the start of this week's meeting are Draketh, Italo, Callsign Sparky, Merc Angel, Nielsen, Novasex, Novas, NovasFX. Yeah, can't cut that out because it's a live stream. Pastici, the Wimpy Hot Dog, user 7791, Haramoto 0, Insane 35, Azamet, JAL, Grandmaster Frodo, and of course, presiding over this assembly, I am Emperor Farrison. And of course, with that out of the way, I'd like to thank you all again. And we're going to move right along to a slightly new way of doing things. Every week we tend to greet our newest members, and we tend to go over promotions. With the new setup in the Discord and the new way I'm handling promotion lists, it's all being rolled into one, and it'll make sense in just a moment. So, first up, we of course have our new enlistees. About 20 or 21? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. We have 21 new enlistees this week, all of which are currently at Kamat Grade 1 or better. Those are DJ, Chronomancer, Swagaloody, Zai, Wise Monster, Scar, Hops, Longbow 722, The Wimpy Hot Dog, Green Beans, Still Piercer, Acid Games, Night Shadow, Exterial, Jack Jack, Eddie, Sublimes, DJ Gamer, EG77, Italo, and Draketh. So, I'd like to give you all a warm welcome. For the small handful of you who have not completed your registration on KaldaranEmpire.com, I'd like to remind you that it is required if you'd like to advance in rank, move up the ladder, and potentially have an officer spot in the group one day. Beyond that, I'm happy to have all of you aboard. I think 21 in a week is a pretty damn good number for recruitment, especially since we're a bit short-staffed on officers at the moment. But I think we'll only go up from here.
Make that number 22 now.
Came in after the meeting started. He goes on to next week's list. Missed the cutoff. Moving on, we have those who completed their registration, joined into a legion, and have thus been granted the rank of Kamat Grade 2. That's going to be DJ, Chronomancer, Swagaloody, Wise Monster, Scar, the Wimpy Hot Dog, OJ Scoots, Hops, Longbow 722, Green Beans, Kill Switch, Exterial, Mickey 5, Warzone Ninja, Acid Games, Eddie, and Italo. So, once again, a brief thank you to Warlord Frodo for his continued efforts in recruitment and helping to get these people situated. And a thanks to a couple of our cadets who I've noticed have also been doing their job in trying to shill for the group or get people sorted out in terms of onboarding and getting everything in alignment so that they can be here and be a part of the group. We appreciate the efforts that everybody puts in. And of course, we now move on to enlisted promotions. This week, achieving the rank of Stivos, we have Green Beans, RBF, UMPX, Killswitch, User 7791, Pastici, Wigglesworth, Exterial, The Wimpy Hot Dog, Akarui, Wise Monster, Warzone Ninja, Scar, KN Hawk, and that's it. Moving on to those who have been promoted to Repicar this week, we have Ming, likely long overdue, and Insane 35, also probably overdue. And promoted to Photomar, we have only Neolithical Wolf. So, congratulations to all those who have entered the ranks of or been promoted amongst the enlisted personnel of the Kaldaran Empire. We appreciate your continued slaughtering of various NPCs and assholes in PvP. Next up, we have one person who has reached the rank of a non-commissioned officer this week. We've seen fit to promote Jayal to Dracaris. So congratulations on that. Hopefully we'll see you setting up and leading fire teams. And all of that sweet, sweet, glorious destruction being rained down upon the enemies of the Empire. Finally, we have one entrance to the Imperial Academy this week in the form of Mercangel. Congratulations, you now wield the rank of Zakrix. Wear it with pride. We also have the first 4 people to complete the first part of their class at the Imperial Academy with Nielsen, Drusilla, Novasef X, and Alchemist. The 4 of you are, of course, now Zakrix Grade 1. Of course, you have several grades to grow and a good bit of training, but before you know it, you'll be proudly calling yourselves officers fully. Now, that covers promotions this week, so I'd like to take a minute if anybody has any particular congratulations they'd like to offer. I think a round of applause to everybody who joined, and of course to everybody who's stuck through it and earned their promotions through hard work, dedication, and engagement with the group. The more you do it within the community and for the community, the higher you go up that ladder. Pretty standard meritocratic stuff. did not receive a promotion that you genuinely feel you deserve, or you believe that someone else has been putting in a lot of work and didn't receive a promotion this week, please feel free to let us know. My DMs are open. The Warlord's DMs are open. Your officer's DMs will be open. There's still a good number of people here even after this week's purge. We can't keep an eye on everybody across every time zone, across every minute of the day. And we can't keep our eyes perfectly on every single game going on. So we rely on NCOs, officers, and the particularly ambitious to tell us who they feel is worthy of promotion. It helps us gauge what's going on across the board and compare that to our own observations. Beyond that, fairly straightforward State of the Empire this week. I don't have a whole lot to cover. Obviously, the customs checkpoint has been revamped. There's a much more complete set of information there, complete with 10 rules, which is just what I ended up coming up with. The fact that it's 10 is actually quite interesting. I swear there's no religious overtones intended. A list of games that we currently have a presence in, and the commands for joining the associated legions of those games, which will of course give you access to any channels related to those games. This helps us keep the clutter of the massive amount of channels clear for our newer people so they don't get ridiculously overwhelmed. And there's also a 5-step guide to the onboarding process. I think overall it's a much cleaner, neater, and more informative customs checkpoint. Easy to navigate, easy instructions to follow. We're always welcoming feedback, but I would absolutely recommend that everybody take a few minutes at some point in their free time and familiarize themselves with those 10 basic rules that we have. Most of it should be common sense, but you know what they say, common sense ain't so common. And there's just a couple things there that you may find useful to know. Beyond that, I'm happy to report that the 3rd Legion is off to an excellent start, as I'm sure a pretty large number of those of you present probably know firsthand from being there. Other legions are going a little bit slowly, but we took a bit of a break from the holiday. We're still kind of booting back up, running the next wave of recruitment. Things are going fantastic. Like I said, 21 new members this week alone. So I'm quite happy with that. Especially because we obviously filter some people out by the fact that there are people who just won't get into Discord. And we require the use of Discord because it allows us a central point where everybody across all the different legions and all the different games can get together, coordinate, and act as a community. In-game voice chats have a habit of being, let's say, unreliable, and having a dedicated place where messages can go up and message history can be seen, announcements can be made, etc., we just find that it's more helpful. And since we have to operate multiple clans in Destiny 2, it's nice to have a general catch-all for Destiny for people to set up across the clans to get raids and the like done. Of course, this week we should be doing plenty more in terms of training our cadets to get the next set of officers off the assembly line and minted. and we're going to be looking at some good recruitment pitches across several different games. Really start to kind of expand and open up the horizons. I would say that probably about covers the bulk of it. So I would like to open the floor if anybody has anything that they'd like to say, questions, comments, concerns, feedback, anything you've got.
I'm definitely going to say something. I noticed earlier this week there was a little bit of complaints about the not understanding how to use the bot and D2 ops to set up raids, nightfalls, whatever you name it. So if you look in chat history, I'm going to ask you, Harrison, to pin it. But there's a quick step-by-step guide on how to use said bot. So if you ever need to use it, just look at the pinned messages. It's right there. And at this point, there should be no excuses of why the bot can't be used or you don't know how to use it. But that's all I got, other than the third going phenomenal right now.
All right. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to say?
Nothing at all.
Quiet bunch this week.
That's what I was gonna say.
I guess on another note, letting the cadets know that there will be training tomorrow.
Yeah. I may
What?
do some tonight if people end up being game, depending on how I'm feeling, but definitely plan for tomorrow.
Around what time tomorrow?
We'll work that out after the meeting.
No problem.
Yeah, I do not have a whole lot to add.
Neither do I. I mean, it's been a busy week, productive week, but it's something everyone's seen, so
Right.
I don't really got much to add.
I would say that friendly reminder to everybody: if you enjoy being here, if you like what we do, the website incurs some costs. We're looking to start setting up some private servers for the group across things like Minecraft, or if there's demand for other games, we'd like to get those going. A lot of the really good communities and clans tend to run their own servers, and for a reason, I think. Obviously, that does incur a bit of cost. So as such, we've opened up a Subscribe Star, which for those of you unfamiliar, it's basically Patreon without the platform getting political. So I'm just not interested in dealing with that at all. We're here to play games. I'm happy to talk politics with those who want to, but I don't want a platform that sits here and tries to censor one group or another based on their political opinion. Your job is to create a basic set of code, facilitate payment processing, and take a cut. That's all you've got to do. And that's what Subscribestar does. As long as what you're doing isn't illegal, they're fine. So, if anybody is interested in giving us $5 a month or something like that to help offset our costs, pay for expansions, servers, the website, anything like that, we'd absolutely appreciate what you can do. We're not going to paywall your presence here. That's just stupid. But we think it's in everybody's best interest if a few people here and there are able to pitch in to help us bring things together, especially when we run certain tournaments and games. We like to try to produce prizes for those. Obviously, prizes incur a cost, so it's another way we offset that as well. That, along with links to social media and so the website, social media, the subscribe star, the YouTube channel, all of that will have links posted in the customs checkpoint in the near future for your free and easy reference. Beyond that, the main goal now: kick ass, take names, recruit new people, teach them to kick ass, take names, and plant the Kaldaran flag far up the ass of some alien bastards.
Hell yeah.
There's one more quick thing. Remember, if you got any games that you want to suggest that we get into, feel free to let us know. We're always looking for the next game to expand into.
In fact, I'm actually going to take that as a good opportunity, and I'm going to remind everybody we're currently in Destiny 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, Path of Exile, Warframe, Elder Scrolls Online, Halo the Master Chief Collection, Minecraft, and Final Fantasy XIV. Any of those catch your interest? You got friends in a clan here. Let's build them up. Let's make them something special. If you've got something else you'd like to see us in, as the Grandmaster said, let us know. We'll start looking at setting up a presence there as well.
Yes, CSGO needs a non-toxic community.
I don't think
And
that's
that
possible.
might be. If maybe not, but I know a lot of good people that play that game, and we all talk about it all the time.
Well, that's something to consider. Absolutely. I'll actually put
Because
that
when you got a big
list.
group of people, you can go into privates. You know, if you don't feel like going through LFGs or.
That's part of what we'd like to do with Halo as well. There's a lot of really interesting custom games on Reach, but trying to get a group together if you don't already know a group is pretty difficult.
Yep.
Also like to note that people in the past have expressed interest in 7 Days to Die, Killing Floor 2, Conan Exiles. We actually had for a little while a clan of Division 2 before one of the people we had appointed as an officer to it went rogue. Monster Hunter World, and when it releases, Phantasy Star Online 2.
Yeah.
I would also like to see, for those who are interested and do have it, a little bit more presence in Elder Scrolls Online would probably do us some good, and I'm just about always down to get together and do some Minecraft shit with some people. I got a soft spot for that game. I'd like to get a decent group together for Halo too. There's nothing quite like pub stomping. Nothing like flooding a clan into a Halo game and watching the enemy team shit their pants in fear.
We need to do that for PvP and Destiny.
That's been done a few times.
Hey, y'all know you can rely on me for any Crucible shit.
Yes, the Kaldaran Crucible liaison.
Hey, I'll play after this meeting.
I got stuff to do afterwards.
Yeah, we got our last rate incoming, like in 9 p.m.
And that's the other thing. If they still need to fill a couple spots, I'm sure they'd be happy to take somebody from here when the meeting's done.
There's a
I'm
lot of
signed up,
people here.
so
And we're short.
You didn't transmit. Come again?
We still
Who,
have
me?
we still have one more slot on last rate. So
Okay.
if anyone join, go ahead.
And if you can't decide who it's gonna be, we'll just organize a fight to the death, and the winner gets to go on the raid.
Fair fight.
It seems the only fair way to choose.
Yep.
Yep.
Heck, I know I signed.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say? Questions, comments, concerns, feedback, etc.
I was at dinner, so I missed a lot.
I have one. I not too long entered the SOT, so good night to everyone. What about turn-based games?
If we can get a good number of people interested, then yeah. I know a lot of turn-based games tend to be they're isolated games rather than persistent worlds, but I think expanding into those is not the worst idea in the world, because trying to find a group of people to play with without dealing with randoms is difficult and one of the functions of clans, so I don't see an issue with it.
Cool, fair enough. I have one that is kind of appealing at the moment, but it hasn't released yet. But I'm gonna wait to see how well it does within the first week to see if it's worth suggesting to the clan. The game is called Temtem.
I can barely hear you, buddy.
Yeah, really.
So it's not just me.
No, it's his mic.
Okay, I was about to go through my settings too.
No, I've got him all the way turned up too.
Yeah, I'm trying that.
Testing. How do you
There's
guys
your
hear
echo.
me?
There's your echo.
Oh, you're using a loudspeaker. Oh, fuck.
Sorry about that.
It's a little better.
Everyone can hear me now?
Well, at 200%, yeah.
Awesome.
Kinda.
Fair enough. Right. As I was saying, right, I have one turn-based game that is on radar, but it hasn't released yet. So I'm gonna wait at least 1 week or 2 weeks to see how well it does across the world, to see how well it does. The game is called Temtem. So I'm just gonna look to see how that does before suggesting it to the clan. If some of you guys are interested in turn-based games.
Ask Frodo how much Civilization I've played.
Yeah, I have a lot. Whose mic is that?
It's ironic how quiet he speaks and how loud he echoes other people's things.
Yeah, and the amount of unclocked hours that I've had in Civ 5 just due to lack of internet.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm all good for some turn-based games. I got no issues with that.
It's better now.
Just don't want to exclude everyone out of it.
All right. Last call for the peanut gallery.
I just want to say thanks to Nielsen for taking us through the raid last night. It was a good time.
No problem. It was a good team too. You guys are really good, so my pleasure.
My PC is finally working, so I can actually be in the raid tonight.
I was about to say, I'm willing to join in on the raid.
I wish I could, but Final Fantasy 14 is calling me.
All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and call this to next phase. I would like to thank those who are currently supporting us on Subscribestar, and that includes one Baron Anthony Reichelt and one Citizen Novasef X. We have 3 inactive subscribers in the form of Mikey P82, Carrot, and Grandmaster Frodo. You guys will not be getting your mentions or your titles until the payment comes through manually, because we didn't have enough active subscribers to run the auto payments. So last month you were subscribers, currently you are not. It's up to you if you'd like to re-up or fade into obscurity and lose your titles of nobility. So consider this your reminder. Beyond that, I would like to thank everybody who chose to attend one final time. I'd like to offer a congratulations to everybody who received a promotion this week. A friendly welcome to over 20 new members.
Woohoo, growth.
Yeah.
Pretty good growth.
As long as we don't turn out to be a cancer, right?
That's fine. I know how to deal with cancer. It involves radiation.
And a big boom.
Mushroom clouds. Beyond that, again, a special thank you to those who are financially supporting us. A thank you to our active officers and cadets for everything that they have been putting in effort-wise.
And that's Reichelt, by the way. I was AFK.
Okay, that's you. Good. Then I can actually change that to your username and give you the appropriate role.
Yeah, sorry, I was doing some cleaning listening to you guys, so I was AFK.
Yeah. You didn't get the role in the Discord because you didn't actually link your Discord to your Subscribestar. So that's what happened there.
Got it. I'll take care of it.
Alright. Otherwise, obviously, still booting things in. Not a whole lot to announce this week. But good job to everybody. Great work on the raids. I like seeing those getting back on track to a weekly or better basis. And of course, long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire.
Now if we could just get everybody to say it in unison and get the big thunderous sound of like an Imperial military all chanting, then we'll be golden.
Long live the Empire. Long live the Empire.
Yeah, really. Dun, dun, dun,
We could
dun,
make it sound very Star Wars-esque. Hey!
Yeah, but Kaldarin makes it almost sound like it's from EO Online.
No, we're better than that.
You picked a pretty close name. You confuse me almost every time.
I picked that name long before I was familiar with what fucking Eve was.
That's unfortunate.
All right, so